we only launch people on certain dates. So we make sure we tell potential clients, like, we're only launching people on these dates. So if you want to get in, you have to get in like pretty soon. I actually launch people on a certain day because I need to for tracking purposes. So it's an interesting kind of scarcity. That's not just like, we only have one spot left, but it's like, we're launching on these dates. If you wait, you will have to wait till this date. And I'm not going to
That's right.
dates, but
That's right.
Yeah.
When you control the supply side, a lot of people focus on the demand side of the offer. Oh, this is going to be good. A lot of people focus on the demand side of the offer. How can I make the demand better? How can I get more demand? Whereas not many people focus on the supply side of the offer. Well, how many do I want to offer? And when does it cut off? Go.
Well, here's the beauty of it too, is like, you don't even have to fake it. Like, I actually can't onboard 4 people at once. Like, I can't. I actually launch people on a certain day because I need to for tracking purposes. Like, there are reasons for the scarcity, and it makes it so much easier to market because it's the truth, right? And this leads into my thing where I talk about treating our companies like Harvard, not public school, right? You can't just get in because you're a fucking coach, right? You have to actually apply, and we have to accept you. Same for you, right? So I'm curious how you've thought about this. Like, one thing that's reduced my anxiety in business is not working with people I fucking hate. I've worked with a lot of people that I didn't enjoy working with in the past, and it was just like, it made business hell. It made business really uncomfortable, and like, I would see their call on the calendar and just be like, I like don't want to take this. Like, I'd be paralyzed prior to the call. I'm like, whereas if it's a call with someone I like, I'm like checking KPIs. I'm like, what are we doing this week? What can we do for next week? If it's someone I hate, it's like, I don't even want to do this call. Like, never mind, do I want to prep for it? So it makes business just like so much easier when you treat it like Harvard.
I feel like that is an insight you earned, but you couldn't have said that a year ago because you would have taken anybody anyway. That is one of the insights you earned. And I feel like if you want to get to that spot, which I agree, it's awesome. Being able to say, somebody's like, hey, take my money. And you're like, I don't want to. Bro, it's awesome. I love it.
I've done it recently.
If you want to, you did?
Oh yeah, someone texted me and they were like, will you take such client? I'm like, I don't work with your niche. Simple. It's just like, it's the truth. It's not a fucking lie. It's not like, I don't like you.
You just hit them with it. I have a boyfriend. With the cock block. You're just like,
I don't date.
Right.
I hit him with the I don't date lawyers. I don't date coworkers.
Good. That's solid. Now back to the point. It's like, if you want to get to that spot, the magic word, I guess it's a composite word, waitlist, bro. Waitlist. If you cap how many spots you have every month and people ask you, can I still work with you? You say, no, you can't, because you got to stay true to the scarcity. If you lie, you're a piece of shit. You got to stay true to that. So you get to a certain point, and you cap your clients and you say, no, but I can add you to the wait list. And when you add people to the wait list, then when the next spot opens up, then you can let them know before. And you're like, yo, I'm letting you know before I make this public. You have this many hours to act. Do you want in? That is the best anxiety pill ever, because then you can just play around with it. Even if you just take one client, bro. You just take one client at a time. And you're like, well, you just took one client, but one person wanted in. They don't know how many people are on the wait list. You can just say, I'll just add you to the wait list. It still shifts off it still is you working on the supply side of the offer instead of the demand side of the offer. And it's just so nice. Like, it reduces your anxiety by a lot. And do you have a wait list? Do you use it?
So we have a wait list, but it's very, it's almost like in the form of an extended sales process. Like for me, is if I get someone that's a good lead, but they're not quite ready, I'll kind of put them through a little bit of a prep. So when in the military, it's funny, but before you go to basic training, if you're in the National Guard, you go to something called, what's it called? RSP, which is essentially where you go every month until your basic training day. You just prep for basic training. So I kind of do that with our prospects. I kind of just put them through stuff that they'll need to be able to work with us. And then it's like an extended sales process with follow-ups. And then when they're ready, they come on, and I don't really have to push it. So it's almost like instead of a wait list, it's like a prep course. It's pretty interesting.
Very nice. Very nice. I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it, man. I feel like this is episode 19. We're way better entrepreneurs than we were at episode 1. I feel that, and we're getting better, and I like that. I feel that, which is quite nice. Also, like, we're getting better at this podcast, I think, man. We have some fans, like, right now they're commenting. Thank you all, for, like, everybody who's commenting. I want to greet them by name, but I don't know all of their names. I know Hector, you're watching this. Steven, you're watching this. So you guys are awesome. Thank you.
David.
And everyone that I mentioned too.
David, John, Kendrick. I made all those names up, but those are common names. So I think you'll listen if you're listening and those are your names.
You know, Goku, you know,
fill in.
You're 69. You're awesome, bro. Fuck you.
If your name is John or David, and then please comment and fill the void of names that I'm going to start doing that every pod. Just going to name random names. And if it's you have to fill in the blank and now be the person who comments. Oh, wait. New Win was the guy who posted the pod outline with the AI. Did you see that?
Yeah. Dude, that was awesome.
I love that. Do that again.
I know you're listening. That was cool. Yeah, somebody posted the thing. This podcast thing is fun, man. It also like gets me out of my. You know what I like about podcasts? It's when it has given me the freedom to show that I changed my mind a lot, and it has also prepped people to understand that, which in turn reduces kind of how serious people take my message, which seems like a bad thing, but it's also a good thing because they're less into the message and more into the people, into the messenger, which is exactly what I want.
You know what I feel like too is I feel like in the business space, sometimes it's lacking realism, and a lot of business podcasts are people talking at you or just people talking and you're listening. But for us, it's like we're very much providing insights into our actual business lives and like mindset, and it becomes very realistic. Like we've gotten pretty deep on it in business philosophy a lot. And I feel like a lot of times that's missing because a lot of people who do podcasts are either just, they've turned into investors because they've already done something amazing. Whereas we're kind of almost like, I hate to say it, but we're kind of like building in public.
Oh, you're at the sir. Oh, shit. Bro, what? Do I need to take a picture of my fucking laptop at the beach? Now, do I just need to show some fake fucking humility now? That's just part of the deal?
I've never been more ashamed in my entire life.
No, it's okay, bro. You're in the arena. You're learning. That's fine. You'll be fine.
This podcast is bootstrapped. If anyone's listening, wondering why we're cringing, I just can't stand the whole like tech cookie cutter words. Bootstrapped.
It's okay. Yeah, it's a far job, but not as far as the venture capitalist job. These are the guys that are really moving the world forward. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Wait, my favorite thing in business is that there's people that just raise money for a company that's never profitable and then exit before it's profitable and make a fuck ton of money anyway. I'm like, that is such a scam, but it's so funny because you could become so rich that way. You can just build a company that's break even for life, raise like 3 series rounds, and then just exit for like millions of dollars in equity. It's just insane to me. I'm like, they're probably missing the point.
But sounds like a big scam, but also, how do I get in on that? Like,
self-made entrepreneur.
That location.
Yeah, self-made entrepreneur copes because Harvard business grad raises $1 billion.
Dude, yeah. Oh, by the way, I wanna talk about this before we end it. I do kind of digital services, right? But I've always wanted to do e-com. I'm like, man, I want to do e-com. The other day I was talking to this dude. He does e-com. He's like, bro, I'm fucking sick of e-com. I want to do what you do. I'm like, oh, interesting. The grass is always greener on the other side, right?
Right.
And talking to this other side, man, I want to do SaaS. And you talk to me, I'm like, fuck SaaS, man. It's like everybody's like just doing these different things. And it's like, if you're right now, you're wondering if you're in the right business model, in the right opportunity vehicle, same.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
I love the tweet that I think about it every time I get like shiny object syndrome. I think of the Mosey tweet where he's like, even if it's I don't know if it was him or Becker, but it's like even if there is a shiny new thing, and even if it is a slightly better vehicle, you're still going to do better and profit more if you just stick to the one you're on for longer than switching to a new one and being back at the beginning. So even if you're not in the right business model, you will succeed drastically more by just sticking to one thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, people don't know this, but this is my 4th agency. I've had 4 agencies.
What? Really?
Yeah. My first agency was called Atriclus. It was an IT content marketing agency through LinkedIn. You can still see my first article to this day. I was in Ryan Booth's mentorship program in 2019. My second agency was Achilles Advertising. It was an Amazon pay-per-click advertising agency where I got one client and then shut it down. And my third agency was called The Culture Shift Copy. And it was a copywriting agency that I pretty much only got clients through Upwork. And then I switched to ghostwriting. I also graduated with a degree in marketing. Like, I've been in this fucking space absolutely eating shit and failing for so long. But if I had just stuck with the first one and followed Ryan's advice, where would I be? So stick to one thing and stop jumping to the next thing.